Okay, so this is my problem with the Marvel Infinity War and like Endgame and like it getting continuously expanded and like they're maybe introducing X-Men. People are like, are they gonna have Star Wars? Is Star Wars gonna cross over with Indiana Jones? You know, are all these universes gonna be in the same universe and stuff like that? Here's what's really bothering me about all of it, even beyond that Vox video. So the Vox video talks a little bit about how like crossovers were started off as a business decision and it's meant to like superficially like pump things together. And of course, like, yeah, maybe they flirt with the idea of it and whatnot. But one of the reasons why they're able to flirt with the idea is that it allows for cross promotion and allows more business opportunities, right? But usually people are able to see through that and they're able to be critical of that. And I don't know, like people are more on guard for like being pandered to and whatnot. And I don't know, something about having like a fun cameo in a TV show, like in the Tommy Westphall universe, where it's like, oh, Cheers is in the same universe as like Frasier. You know, that's kind of fun and everything, and TV continuity doesn't matter as much because it's a more uh, general audiences kind of group. People don't care about continuity as much there, and you're just there to like watch something when you get home and just relax for most episodes, and you don't care too much about like the lore of like, you know, a guy who's like going home from work and stuff like that. So as someone who's going home from work, to see other people going home from work and dealing with their family crises over like 10 different seasons. But yeah, like people don't care about it as much there. But in something like a Marvel or DC or like these things, like somehow it felt like people had their guard on before, like, oh, well, you can't do that. And yeah, it was maybe a little gamer ragey and like that's its own issue, but it's not for the right reasons. Like people are angry because of like, oh, they can't be in the same universe. It breaks the continuity. This character is different. They would never say that. And they're caring about it as if it's like a real reality. But what's the real issue is that it actually is, what's actually affecting reality is that it's a business. It's a big corporation. It's even a mega corporation. It's companies buying other companies. Like in the Vox video, let me see if we can bring that up again. The Vox video, like he brings up how, like, you know, in these comic universes, they'd be acquiring other comic companies, and like in DC and Marvel, they'd be like introducing new properties, and it would just keep going and going and going, and it would make storytelling more difficult, is one thing. So people don't seem to care about it in a... Yeah, there's two different ways people don't care about this. They don't care about it in a TV show because sitcom continuity doesn't matter that much. And then also in comic books, people don't care for the reason that they love seeing their things cross over. But it actually shields mega corporations from something that they should be held accountable for, which is like their monopolistic practices and their acquisition of other companies. Like, you know, you have Disney acquiring Fox, and maybe this is the real issue that I'm trying to get to, is that Disney's acquiring Fox, and it makes people... oh, I wonder what that was about. Anyway, Disney's acquiring Fox, and usually people throw up in arms, like we have antitrust lawsuits and we have things like that. But or there's like public concern, and if you lose the public's concern, then it's much harder to get deals done like that. But if you win the public's concern through the charm of like having, oh, well, you know, if you don't let Disney acquire Fox, then you can't have the X-Men appear on the MCU. Is that what you want? And I was like, no, 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 we love these properties. So it's actually this kind of like insidious kind of like uh, thing that you're able to sneak past like the general public. Like the core audience for these like properties are willing to overlook very I don't know, like overlook having further oversight on like entertainment corporations, which of course like allows them to like get away with more things, like having worse working conditions for their actors, or like trying to like pass off a bad deal to like someone like Scarlett Johansson when she's trying to negotiate for having the rights to like online sales to her likeness, and like in her like whatever that was, like her online rights to her sales and stuff like that. And then she was negotiating that not just for herself but for also other actors in the MCU and in the film industry and stuff. So yeah, it gets I don't know, it feels like the best way to put it is that like by having like crossovers be so appealing, people are more willing to bootlick as hard as possible in order to like enable people to like do crossovers. And like, yeah, of course, like keep making more and more stuff. And it's one thing if it's like, okay, it's a single creator and they're kind of like a starving artist, and it's like, okay, I gotta do something for the fans and I gotta appeal to the fans and everything, right? But yeah, to summarize what I was saying, like, yeah, people aren't critical of like crossovers in something like sitcoms because people are just watching it casually, and then people aren't critical of crossovers in something like you know, let's hopefully have X-Men universes crossover with each other because we love that as fans, or let's have let's have other Marvel characters meet each other, so there's more fun storylines we could see there. But as people are lapping this up, it's excusing these big corporations from like I don't know, like becoming more and more powerful and you know, acquiring more property and earning billions of dollars, and you know, potentially paying people less, potentially like not allowing their workers to like negotiate for better work. And yeah, it's like kind of just choose people in and out, and you know, they can discard people as they want. So yeah, I don't know, that's the summary of it is all. My thesis in a word is basically crossovers enable people to overlook bootlicking and corporate monopolies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the summary of it in a word. But yeah, it's very appealing. It's like, okay, I do kind of wonder what it would be like if the X-Men universe did cross over with MCU. It's just a shame that it can't happen on a scale that's not enabling like billions of dollars and like, you know, mega corporations to do that. And like, it's a shame that that had to happen with like Disney acquiring Fox, two of the world's biggest entertainment companies. And to note, like, you know, Disney is not just MCU, it's like ESPN, it's ABC News, it's like a media company, it's also journalism, it's also, you know, theme parks, of course, but it's also products, it's also food, it's also real estate, it's also a private police force and private fire department and private sanitation inside the city of Orlando and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very concerning when like, oh yeah, let's acquire Fox and like let's apply our and like what's stopping them from trying to apply their practices in other places, or you know, who knows what else they can get away with, and who knows what individuals lie on different parts of the hierarchy there, and yeah, they can just decide people's fate, like, you know, become overpowerful and stuff like that. Anyway, this is kind of frustrating. I don't know, it's unpleasant. I don't like dwelling on this kind of stuff. And I also don't know where it's going to go if I talk about this much longer. So anyway, that's my little mini rant there. um, dun, 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 dun. Oh, they have me channeling Brawl, huh? Nice.